everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very fun countdown for you. I will be taking a look at 5 forgotten movie title songs you must listen to. These date back right to the 1980s, which was really the boom period where the movie title song exploded. Now, some of these movies you may have seen, others may have fallen by the wayside, and I'm sure many of you have forgotten these title songs. Now, I'm not going to present these songs in any particular order. This is not a best to worst list. I would just say that if you're a movie lover and movie title songs have special appeal, if you've forgotten these along the way, they are well worth a listen. So please stick around so we can enjoy these curiosity tunes together. So let's get straight into it. 5 forgotten movie title songs you must listen to. Number 5 on my list is Up the Creek by American rock band Cheap Trick. This is a cheesy little title song from a very raunchy adolescent comedy. Up the Creek starred Tim Matheson and Stephen Furst, who were Animal House alumni. It also co-starred Dan Monahan from Porky's, and we had the beautiful Jennifer Runyon, best known for her work as Gwendolyn Pierce in the hit TV series Charles in Charge. So the film had a lot of fun actors on display, and this song is really breezy, it's carefree, and in many ways it falls into the pocket for a movie that is based on college whitewater rafting. So Up the Creek was a movie that didn't set the box office on fire, but it was a strong video renter, and people just loved that Cheap Trick were on the soundtrack. And I will say that if you track down this song and you do come across the music video, it is a pure MTV blast. You get the band performing the song, but you also get them engaging in some whitewater rafting, and there's also a bevy of beautiful models on display. So this music video was perfectly suited to the MTV era. The music video does not take itself seriously. It is carefree, it is rambunctious, it is over the top, and the band are involved in some of the hijinks. Cheap Trick are just having fun and going along for the ride. Now, it must be said that the band Cheap Trick have in some ways disowned this song. Rick Nielsen, the lead guitarist for the band, has said that he's hated it over the years and he just doesn't want to play it again. But if you check out the music video for this song, you can really see that Cheap Trick frontman Xander is laying it all on the line. He is putting in a very enthusiastic vocal. He's going for it. And I think, aside from some nonsensical lyrics, this is a pretty understated rock song. It moves along at a nice pace and has a rather cool arrangement. And as far as movie title songs go, it gets over the line. It's cheesy, it's tuneful, and in many ways, it's perfectly suited to a rambunctious, carefree movie like Up the Creek. So this track doesn't shoot for the stars, it just sits in the pocket. It's fun, it's crazy. It's not a sophisticated piece of musicianship, nor does it have to be. It's just serviceable and perfectly suited for this 1984 wacky comedy. Number 4 on my list is Spies Like Us by Paul McCartney from the movie of the same name. Now, that was an action comedy which featured the double team of Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. It's a very funny movie. I've seen it many times throughout the years. Dan Aykroyd's wife, Donna Dixon, also has a memorable part. And it is really nice to see that Paul McCartney came on board to add his own stamp to this flavoursome comedy. And really, as far as Paul McCartney songs go, this is far from his greatest, and the critics at the time were extremely tough. and they said that it was pretty ordinary. And by Paul's standards, an ex-Beatle, this song really has a lot to live up to, but it kind of just gets over the line as a carefree pop concoction. Now, there's a music video that accompanies this one, and Paul gets to put on a very ludicrous Prince Charles mask, and there's the big reveal. And also in the music video, we get Dan Aykroyd bopping along as McCartney plays the guitar and plays drums, and Aykroyd is there behind the mixing desk. It's a fun little bit. And Chevy Chase also pops up as part of McCartney's band. He's pulling faces, he's hamming it up, and by the end of the music video, we get a parody of that famous Abbey Road record cover. So this music video has a lot thrown in. And when it comes to those lyrics, they aren't really that spectacular. They're pretty straightforward, and after a while it does get a bit repetitive, but there is a nice little riff in there that's very reminiscent of the theme tune from Peter Gunn, and I think that keeps this track moving. It's also a song that is pretty infamous for a very long beginning. I think there's a minute at the start of the track that is just all music. It really takes a while to get going, and when it does, it only does so in fits and starts. So this isn't a great track. It's a bit of an awkward McCartney tune in many regards, but I suppose it's for the title song of a wacky comedy movie. And as far as title songs go, it's still enjoyable in a very cheesy way. Now, John Landis actually directed Spies Like Us, and he also directed the music video with Paul and Dan. And Landis has been pretty blunt over the years, saying he hated the song, but it was McCartney. He really couldn't say anything to the contrary, and he didn't want to upset the Warner Brothers execs, so he just went along with it, no matter how much he couldn't stand the track. So I suppose you could say Aykroyd was just happy to be working with McCartney. McCartney got another song on the charts. I think this reached number 7 in the United States. And it's not the greatest title song by any means, but it's something you just have to listen to, especially if you're a fan of McCartney and are looking for something outside of the Beatles. So Spies Like Us from 1985, a fun little ditty from a very hilarious film. Number 3 on my list is Once Bitten by 3 Speed. This is from the movie of the same name, which starred Jim Carrey, Karen Copens, Lauren Hutton was also in this film, and it's a teen vampire comedy. And Once Bitten came out about 10 years before Jim Carrey struck it big with Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. And in Once Bitten, he's really fresh-faced, he's young, and he shares some great chemistry with his co-star Karen Copens. They have a wonderful little dance scene at the high school, which is really energised, and Carrie gets to indulge in some pratfalls. It's really fun. And this song by 3 Speed, it's just a movie title song that you have to listen to. It's an experience. It's catchy, it's vibrant, it'll have you singing along. There's a certain infectiousness to this one. And 3 Speed were a Boston-based electronic band. They're extremely underrated. Linda Chase does the lead vocal here, and it is sublime. It's in the pocket, she nails it completely, and you just want to hear more of her. This is a song that will more than likely get you humming along, and you'll just want to listen to it time and time again. So Once Bitten by 3 Speed. They're a really forgotten band, but Linda Chase, I tell you what, she really knocked it out of the park. And it's one of those ones where you'll go, is the title song even better than the movie? I know this film has a fan base, but this is a really cool track. I've always enjoyed it, and I never get sick of listening to it. So number 2 in this countdown is DC Cab by Peabo Bryson. This is such a fun, infectious tune. It's cool, it's carefree. It really sums up the movie in one blast. And I think as far as Peabo Bryson's catalogue goes, this is probably his most upbeat tune. And this oddball film is about a bunch of misfit cab drivers from Washington, D.C., and it stars 80s icon Mr. T. Now, this guy was famous for his chains, his mohawk hairstyle, and the makers of DC Cab couldn't wait to promote Mr. T on all of their movie posters, even though he doesn't have as much screen time as you would think. The producers of DC Cab actually had high hopes for its soundtrack. They really tried to market it and get it out there. The title song by Peabo was meant to be a trailblazer. It entered the black singles charts in America. It stayed there for about 9 weeks, but unfortunately it only peaked at number 53. Whatever the case, this is a highly memorable movie title song. When you press play on DC Cab and this song appears on the screen, it really puts you in the mood to watch a wacky comedy. It is energised, it is upbeat, it just spells fun. And at the time, Mr. T was trying to cultivate a family-friendly image. He was really a poster boy for children, and DC Cab was stamped with an R rating. And Mr. T didn't appear in those offensive scenes, but that R rating made Mr. T stand back and reevaluate his choices moving forward. So DC Cab by Peabo Bryson, I'm sure this is a song that even got Mr. T on his feet. It's just so infectious. Number 1 on my list is Back to School by American singer-songwriter Jude Cole. This is a cool track. In fact, I would probably sum this up as a piece of pop music bliss. It just gets going, it holds you, it moves at a nice pace and makes you feel that 80s vibe from start to finish. So if you love 80s music, this track just has an effervescent groove, and it's from the movie of the same name, which starred Rodney Dangerfield. That was a big blockbuster back in 1986. In fact, it made over 90 million at the box office. And that movie also starred Robert Downey Jr. and Sally Kellerman had a nice little piece there with Rodney Dangerfield. So it had some fun actors on board, including Burt Young from the Rocky movies as Rodney Dangerfield's scruffy chauffeur, and William Zabka from the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai as a very hot-headed school bully. So if you don't remember much about Back to School, you may remember that Sam Kinison cameo, but if you've even forgotten that, you will have well and truly forgotten the title song. And it is just such a cool track by Jude Cole. And if you put the film on and you settle down for a nice comedy and then all of a sudden Jude Cole starts pumping through the speakers, it'll really take you back. But as far as title tracks go, this one really knocks it out of the park. Jude Cole adds some silky vocals to this. It's just feel good. It'll take you back to your high school days. It'll make you think of the past. It is just nostalgic. It's warm, it's breezy. It just offers everything an 80s music fan would love. So Back to School, a fun track that you will just want to return to time and time again. So take it from me, I'm sure you'll love it if you enjoy 80s pop. So there we have it, 5 forgotten movie title songs you must listen to. And I've listened to all of these songs countless times. I know the movies well. I know some of the tracks in this list are pretty cheesy, but then some of them really soar. Some of them are better than average. And I hope you've had a blast with this one. So in the comments below, please share your thoughts on these 5 forgotten title tracks. Tell me what you think are the best tracks from this formidable 5-pack. And I will see you all again very soon. So keep the tunes pumping, watch some movies, and take care.